Hi everyone! So, because we're going into the last 10 nights of Ramadan, I thought it would be a great time to talk about what really Ramadan is, so that for my Muslim followers, you guys can kind of just refresh yourself on the foundations, and for any non-Muslim watching this is kind of your guide to understanding the month and why it's so important for us and so essential for us. So, let's get to it. Oftentimes, I hear people just saying that Ramadan is all about not eating and not drinking water. Like, that's it. But it is actually so much more than that, because Ramadan is about refraining from everything bad. It is the month that the Quran was revealed to us, so that's why it's like really essential for us. And at the same time, you have to refrain from lying, gossiping, backbiting, swearing, and arguing. So it's not just about refraining from any temptations like food, water, anything else, but it's also about refraining from anything negative, any negative speech or negative thoughts as well. So overall, this month is all about self-control, gratitude, and charity. Because at the end of the day, you get hungry and thirsty, and you have the opportunity to break that fast. You have the resources to break that fast. However, not everyone does. So the whole point of Ramadan is to kind of understand other people's plight and give charity as much as you can, because you want to help other people out, you know? It's essentially just empathizing with people who are less fortunate than us. So I'm going to take you through the day, what the day looks like, and yeah, let's get to it. So the first meal of the day, suhoor. That is an hour before our morning prayer, which is Fajr. So usually Fajr is around like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and you would wake up an hour before that. This meal is actually essential. A lot of people skip it, but honestly, like, don't do that, because it is going to determine your energy levels and your nutrition for the rest of the day. The key to getting suhoor right is eating foods rich in protein, complex carbs, healthy fats. You know, a perfect example for this that, you know, is kind of my go-to. I usually like to do a smoothie. You know, it could either be like a banana, date, avocado smoothie. I like to put some flax seeds in it, some chia seeds in it, because that really helps with hydration as well. Another thing that I do for hydration, because you have to go till sunset without drinking water, and personally I'm someone who tends to get thirsty, I usually drink water with a little bit of black salt in it, because the black salt really helps with the electrolytes, and honestly this works like magic. So if you're a Muslim or if you're looking to fast, this is the key. The key is not drinking as much water as you can in the morning, because that will actually lead to more dehydration. But the key is to get water, put some electrolytes in it, drink that. You will be fantastic for the rest of the day. Honestly, as hard it is to wake up at 4 a.m., once you've done it, like, suhoor can be so amazing. It's so peaceful. I think it's maybe because like everyone in the world is just sleeping and it's just you that's awake, and you're kind of in your own bubble. You're kind of just like relaxed and peaceful and just going through with it, eating your meal, you're praying. Honestly, I find that there's so much power in suhoor, and it's just extremely peaceful. One thing that I like to do in suhoor is, like, after we've prayed the morning prayer, I like to stay up for a little bit and just, you know, either read the Quran or just reflect, you know, because it's such a peaceful time. And also, there are a couple hadiths for all my Muslims. I will put all the hadiths in the description for you guys to see, and even if you guys have any additional hadiths, please like attach that in the comments. For my non-Muslims, a hadith is basically a report of all the things that our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has said, and it's kind of like an account. But there is a hadith that time after our morning prayer is really blessed, and I think that you have to take advantage of it. Like, it makes you feel so good. Now, afternoon. So basically, the afternoon is just how the day normally goes, right? There's nothing different. You have your schedule, you have your work, you have your classes. It's just as it goes. Honestly, personally, I think that going to university, you would think that, oh, it'll make me more hungry, it'll make me more thirsty because I'll be running around. But actually, it helps. Like, I do not think about food and water because I'm just so busy. I'm so caught up with everything that I'm doing. Like, You know, I'll be working on assignments, I'll be working on like lectures, all of that fun stuff. It's just, it's nice, you know, like you don't really have to worry, you don't really think about food. I think the hardest part is staying at home because you know where the snacks are. Like you're looking at it and you're like, oh, like I can hear that chocolate bar calling me, but you know, like it's kind of like that. So the more you stay at home, the harder it really is. Even though you would think that, oh, at home you're more stationary, you're less active, so you're using less energy, but no. Like, you know, when you're like close to your kitchen, you know exactly what's in the fridge. Like it's You know, so our fasts are usually 11 to 16 hours. I think the hardest part about that is the self-control over negative thoughts. I genuinely believe that's the hardest part. It's so easy to get carried away. It's so easy to, you know, just be like, oh, that's not how I think about my negative thoughts. But it's the fact that you need to catch yourself. You need to stop yourself. You need to be like, okay, this is not it. I need to just reframe my thoughts, or I need to distract myself. That is the key to Ramadan. You could be refraining from eating and drinking, but if you're like lying or if you're like arguing with people, your fast is actually invalidated. So we're trying to be better people in Ramadan. That's the whole point of it. And that's the thing, like, you cannot be negative. You cannot do anything bad to other people or to yourself as well. We also believe that during this month, basically Satan and his evil forces are locked away, which I guess why this month is so peaceful for us. You know, you don't feel that negative force just kind of pulling you down, and that's why we believe that anything bad that you do is on you. Like, that is your soul. We call it nafs, but that's your nafs, right? Like, that's why this month you have to reflect, and you have to actually work on yourself. Now, I know a lot of you, especially non-Muslims as well, you guys know what iftar is. Iftar is basically the time you break the fast. The last hour before the iftar is actually the hardest part of your day because your blood sugar levels are at an all-time low. So that last hour, everything comes down to that last hour. And because of that, that last hour is extremely blessed as well. The whole point is that you take that last hour and you actually pray as much as you need to. You ask God for anything because that last hour is so blessed. Again, the hadith is down below. I think that's what I find beautiful about Ramadan, because it's such a blessed time. There's so many times in the day that you can use to, you know, pray, ask God for anything. Iftar is honestly really special to me because I have so many memories, you know, like there have been so many times that, you know, like families call each other, host each other in their homes for iftars. Iftar is a very nice time, like when you're together and everyone's sitting together and about to eat. So I have a lot of memories associated with this specific time of the day. It's not just about, oh yeah, I get to eat. No. Like, it's about the whole, it's an emotion, I honestly feel. Like, it's that gratitude you feel at the last hour. You feel gratitude for all the food, all the water, all the drinks, beverages, even the family that you have, the people that you have around you. It's just such a nice feeling because at that point, when you're at your weakest, when you're at your most vulnerable, you can't help but notice these things. And you see the beauty that is in your life. And I think that's just so profound. Typically, and for all my Muslims, you know this, that when you're having iftar, you're thinking, right? Like before you start, you're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have, you know, like you literally eat for 10 minutes and you're completely full. You have that one date, water, you're good. I guess that just goes to show you how temporary things are, how temporary your desires are in this world. Like, it hits you with a ton of bricks. And at this time, kind of the key to iftar is don't eat a lot because suddenly your blood sugar levels will spike, or you will just take part in overeating. So we don't want that. Pace yourself, eat slowly, and eat kind of limited because it will be enough. It really will be enough. And again, you have to eat healthy. You have to try at least. I know it's so tempting. All those samosas, all those like, that's like the goodness, right? Try to eat healthy. Try to eat your normal food and you should be okay. What are the benefits of fasting? Because people think that it's such a brutal process, but there's actually a lot of benefits. According to the American Heart Association, I have cited my sources. I will read it out right now. Okay, so basically you can lose fat without losing muscle. You can improve your insulin levels. You can boost human growth hormone and cognition, which we love that. You can lower your blood pressure, and you can also reduce your inflammation. You know what, like these are like your physical health benefits. I also think that, you know, during fasting you do become more mindful of food. You become more mindful about your eating habits. You also have an improved moral compass and spirituality. So spirituality is kind of given, really festive, and it's really such a blessed time that we, you know, we feel the weight of it. But the improved moral compass comes from refrain from lying, refrain from arguing, because imagine it takes you 21 days to actually create a habit, and if for 30 days you are just not lying, you're not backbiting, you're trying not to think negative thoughts, it's gonna become a habit. Like, you're going to actually accustom yourself into becoming a better person. You're gonna get used to reflecting on yourself so much. So I think that that is truly a whole benefit that we don't really talk about, that I think needs to be addressed. Now, I get a lot of questions also that, like, what if you're sick? What if you're pregnant? And yeah, you are exempted from fasting. If you're sick, any type of sickness that will, you know, kind of make the fasting process really difficult for you, where you need your nutrients, you need to eat, you need to be hydrated, the Quran exempts you from that. Because again, at the same time, yes, it's a hard process, but you know, you shouldn't be suffering because of it. You are exempted if you're traveling, you're exempted if you're on your period, and you're exempted if you're pregnant. Also, you are exempted when you're sick. Any type of sickness can count, like from the common cold to like surgery, like you're exempted from it. You don't need to do it, because at that time you really need your nutrients. You really need to be energized. You really need to be hydrated. So, conclusion. Ramadan is a really auspicious time for Muslims. It's the time that we take to kind of, you know, reflect on ourselves, become more self-aware, and become closer to God. You're able to focus on yourselves emotionally and mentally, and also physically, I would say. You become healthier. But I really hope this video helped a little bit in helping you understand this month and the purpose behind this month and why we love it so much and we value it so much. If you are a Muslim, I hope this kind of built foundation, a reminder as well as to the purpose of Ramadan, so we can use these 10 nights, focus, and really make the most of it. I would love to hear your stories with Ramadan. I would really love to hear your experiences. So please comment down below. If you're a Muslim, non-Muslim, anything, everyone's welcome to this discussion. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please like and subscribe to this video, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!